Shalom. Welcome back to Flipping Pages, Stirring Sauces. And if it is your first time here, welcome. My gratitude to all of you who support me, who have liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. Please do not forget to keep doing so. Hope you had a Baruch Shabbat. Well, this is part 2 of the reasons why I've stayed quiet. But before we get into that, remember when I said that the war would come to Babylon's front door and that it would go right into their living rooms? Well, the orange tail leader has dropped kabooms on Iran. Remember when I said since 1948? 1947, 1948, certain set of identity stealers moved into somebody's home uninvited, took over the living room, and then each day they took over another part and another part and another part, and everybody thinks that something started on October 7th. No, this started in 1948. And now the orange tail leader has escalated things and he has no idea what he has just done. And I say to my melanated brothers and sisters, get out of Babylon's army. Stay out of Babylon's army. Babylon doesn't care about you, doesn't like you, doesn't respect you, and will treat you like garbage. That is their modus operandus. So, I will pick up where I left off on the things I've been saying for the past 4 years. And I think the information that I posted about my video is either it's incorrect or something is incorrect about that. But I know that I have more videos than what is being shown as the number of videos that I have recorded. I just haven't had time to confirm that. So I spoke about the Berlin conference and about the fact that Africa was not invited. I stated that Muammar Gaddafi was deep-sixed by Babylon because he stood up to them. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and so much more for the same reasons. I talked about the double standard of those world leaders, Haiti's wealth and Babylon's stranglehold. I spoke about the fact that Babylon has pitted melanated people in the DRC against each other. I spoke about Babylon trying to destabilize the Caribbean. I spoke about Babylon putting labels on people who stand up to them and deep-sixing them. I spoke about when we are united and are in possession of our implements, instruments, and vessels, we are unstoppable. 2 years ago, I said to eat, drink, sleep, and speak tribal unity. The unity, the knowledge, and possessions of our vessels and instrument, the knowing, and our history. I said when any two of these three come together, and unleash on the oppressors. It is going to be hell to pay for our oppressors. I spoke about the dog-headed men, unicorns, mermaids, dragons, and confronting the enemy. I spoke about the hypocrisy of Christianity. I talked about tilling the soil and growing your own food, growing what you eat. All of the foods that you can make flour. I spoke about all of the types of foods you can make flour out of. I spoke about harnessing, can't read my own writing. It's 2:13 in the morning. I should be sleeping. I spoke about harnessing the power of the sun to aid in making flour. I spoke about alternative ways of communicating and the bartering system. I spoke about our real enemies. I spoke about mental slavery and that we need to emancipate ourselves from it. I spoke about healing ourselves by connecting with the soil, nature, and the elements. I spoke about bridling evil in order to balance the power between good and evil. The Commonwealth must be disbanded. I explained Israel the people. There is no landmass called Israel. Israel is a people. Israel is a bloodline. And the Hebrew Israelites look like me. As a matter of fact, I'm one of them. I spoke about Babylon being the common thread in all of the current conflicts going on in the world. I have spoken about bringing strange things into your house and the fact that the Creator doesn't want us to take anything from the enemy. I spoke about the facts that drones would be used to fight the battles. What is President Traore using to destroy the enemy? I said that Babylon would be isolated and no one is going to want to have anything to do with them. How many friends does Babylon have right now, especially after what they did today? I spoke about the fact that Babylon vetoed the vote when everyone else voted to end apartheid in South Africa. They support the fact that our identity has been stolen by the Ish, and they are complacent in the wrongs that the Ish do. I spoke about the Johnny-come-lately melanated I spoke about the Johnny-come-lately Babylonians who think that they are the only ones who went through slavery and that they were the first ones to seek reparations. The time of Esau's rule is over. We are the head and not the tail. I did a spiritual time check. I spoke about Haiti and the fact that Babylon keeps her unstable because of her iridium. I said the Creator will use Esau to return us to where we are supposed to be. I spoke about the fact that there will be no peace until the Creator is ready for it. The government body works for or benefit the children. No governmental body works for or benefit the children of Israel, the true chosen people who look like me. Should you be praying in Jesus' name? And if so, which one? I have identified 3 of them. Are you worshiping a slave ship? I also exposed the direct involvement of the so-called royal family in the slave trade. As a matter of fact, they financed the start of the transatlantic slave trade. I spoke about the descendants and what will happen to them. I spoke about their descendants and what will happen to them. I really should go to bed. Can't read my own writing. I spoke about Negro intellectual properties that has been stolen by the colonizers, including the Negro metal workers from Jamaica who pioneered the key industrial revolution innovation. I have spoken about the fact that it is a great time to be alive, to witness the changing of the guard. I said Africa is rising and that amazing things are happening in Africa. I warned the world about attacking the AES, or Sahel nations. Well, they did that on every level and found out that the world is united against Babylon and their attacks on President Traore. The spirit never dies. It is energy. So it just changes form. I spoke about the fact that Babylon plans their long-term financial goals based on Africa's wealth and natural resources. I made it clear that President Traore, Goita, and Tiani was going to put a stop to all of that. I said that Babylon better hope that they die as very old men in their sleep. If they touch one hair on the head of any of those young men, they would have the entire melanated world against them. Well, they threatened President Traore, and what happened? I give you April 30, 2025. Words that I had spoken 8 months prior became reality. I told you all that some people cannot be bought, especially when they put love of country first. I said no melanated blood should be shed in defense of Babylon or in their army because they do not give a flying fig about melanated people. The Creator is using Trump to provide that or to prove that. Oh my goodness, I should probably do this video over. 6 months ago, I said there is no separation and we should speak, dust off those ancient drums and beat them, dance the ancient dance, speak the ancient languages. I said to speak, no surrender, but speak. Is Africa beating their drums? Are they going back to their ancient languages? And are they dancing their ancient dances? I spoke about the queendoms as opposed to the kingdoms of Africa. I said that the revolution is not coming, it is here. I said Haiti will not go down in defeat. We heard you from this side. It is an amazing time to be alive. They tested us by going after President Traore, and look what happened. That was the tip of the iceberg. I said the oppressors are trying to play catch up. I said Africa is charting their own courses as sovereign nations, and who is going to stop them? I said that Africa is fast becoming the go-to continent. We will soon hear confirmation that the landmass of Africa is closer to the Americas than they have claimed, and that has happened recently. I talked about the future currency being fresh water. I also said you would be amazed at what you will find if you dig in your desert to the nations of the Sahel. the AES. Protect your deserts. They are a treasure trove of things to be discovered. What is President Traore doing? What is he doing? He's bringing water to dry land. I spotlighted Boko Gideon Duma, and now I see and hear something about him every 3 minutes. I spoke about Africa's young and their willingness to defend the soil. I warned Paul Kagame. I said there is no need to travel north from the Caribbean to go back south to Africa and vice versa. Before it was a slave route, it was a trading route, and it should be used as a flying route. Now, I personally cannot take credit for any of this information. This information that I have been putting out there, 1616. I cannot personally take credit for any of it because it is not of myself. I have delivered the messages that were given to me by the Creator to deliver. And I am just a vessel being used by the Creator to make people aware. And everything that was given to me to deliver to you has been confirmed. Shout out to my sister Denise, you're amazing. Gratitude for all that you do. Shout out to MM. Gratitude for your support and all that you do. You are appreciated, loved. And in the coming days, we will see and hear more. The Orange Tail Leader thinks he did a great thing in dropping kabooms on Iran. And he is so proud of himself. But he knows not what he has done. I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I give you my peace. I give you my ahab. Until next time, Shalom.